Welcome back to this World of Warcraft Let's Play. You're Sambo, and joining us, as always, is Seraphis, our now level 40 Worgen Mage. Say g'day, Seraphis.
The beast in me hungers.
The beast in us hungers as well, and of course, hunger being the right word, folks. If you watched our previous episodes, you'll know that we've been doing the Pilgrim's Bounty. If we have a look in our World Events achievements down here, and we go down to, where are we? There we go, the Pilgrim's Bounty. Of course, we've done all of these, the Pilgrim's Progress. Now we're cooking Pilgrim's Paunch, sharing is caring, food fight, etc, etc. And we're back now down in the Southern Barrens. If we have a look at our map here, you can see we are actually back to Fort Triumph, which of course is where we were before we went back for the Pilgrim's Bounty. So of course now we've got ourselves a bunch of questing to do down here, and in fact if we have a look at our calendar, let's open it up, you can see already it is Christmas here. That's right, it's been a while since we've actually been on Seraphis to record, and in the meantime it's gone and turned into Christmas. Now of course by the time this airs it'll be well past Christmas, and we will have done all of our Christmas content on Seraphis, my main Draenei Death Knight. Anyhow, look at this, we've got ourselves a whole bunch of tasks to take on by the looks of things. And if we have a look down our tracker here, you can see we've got working the bugs out. So we've got those Silithid Swarmers, we've got the Battlescar flag, we've got the siege engine scraps, and you can see we've also got a couple of Heroes Call here as well, which is pushing us on through to the Thousand Needles and the Eastern Plaguelands. So let's untrack them. If we, of course, hit L to open up our log here. Here we go, Feralus, let's untrack that one. Oops, already did. And 1,000 Needles, we'll untrack that. And I think we'll also do, what do we got, Eastern Plaguelands, if we untrack that one. Am I dreaming? Yep, we did. Whoops. And somewhere, there we go, Scarlet Monastery. Let's untrack that as well. So, of course, now what we've got is just the quests that are local to us here. And, of course, if we click on the numbers themselves, you can see that they're all just nearby where we are. If we open the map up here, we go. So we're right near the Silithid ones. We'll do that first, and then we'll go off to the Desolation Raider and then the Siege Engine Scrap, which, of course, is right between us and the Horde. So that will be very, very interesting indeed. Now, not forgetting, folks, you can right-click on your objectives list up here and you can sort it by a number of things. Don't forget that. You can sort it by difficulty from high, low. You can manually sort it, or you can do it by proximity, which is the one that I tend to like. Now, before we go any further and get these bugs out of our system, which is what we are going to do in a second, got a couple of shout-outs as always. Don't forget, folks, if you'd like a shout-out, all you need to do is ask. That's all it is. In the comments below this video, just say, hey, Sambo, can I please have a shout-out? You don't need to be a subscriber. You don't need to give your right arm. I'm not like that, you just ask. Alright, so our first one here is from MIT Awesome 21, and they say, hey, can you please give me a shout out? My main WoW main name is Arcane Killer. So there you go, that's a really cool name for a WoW tune, by the way. Thanks, love your videos. As always, by the way, MIT Awesome 21, thank you very much for your support, and there's a shout out to you. We've got another one here from Pinkman111, and they say, hey, Sambo, may I get a shout out, please? My main's name is Propane, and I play on the Alliance side on the US server Hydraxis. Much love from Southern California. Well, there you go, that's very cool. So if you're on the Hydraxis server in WoW, look up Propane, and that of course is Pinkman111 from our YouTube channel, and a big shout out to you as well, and thank you for your support. We've got another one here from The Thesty, and they say, thanks Sambo, now I'm playing World of Warcraft, and I've got a level 50 mage, but I play on the US server, and can I get a shout out please? You know what, The Thesty, you most certainly can get a shout out. Big hello to you, and thank you very much as well for your support. So there we go, 3 shout outs. Again, it's as easy as asking. That's all you need to do. You don't need to send me anything. You don't need to do anything other than ask. Alright, let's see if we can find these Silithids. And of course you can see here we've got in our quest tracker, what do we got? An item here, a bucket of burning pitch, and it says that it dumps the burning pitch into nearby Silithid mounds. So, I think these are the mounds right here. We rode right past them. How funny is that? Pretty sure these are Silithid mounds, if my memory serves me right. Let's try it. Yep. There we go, and of course they all come out. Now let's make sure we've got our molten armor shield up. And I think we're going to use our arcane explosion here, is definitely going to come in handy. There we go. It's a nice AoE, 6 out of 10 already. That was handy, wow. Alright, and of course one of the great things about being a mage is those AoEs. And the other thing that's great is the AoE freezes. There we go, so we can get all of them. Nice and easy. And of course these mobs are very, very low level. Simple as that, 9 out of 10. By the way, I can see we've got ourselves, oh look at that, we've got Sapper Specialists, and they're trying to blow up the fort, I think. That's what ran past us before when we were on our horse. So it's very interesting that they come in here. Wonder if we can kill them, not sure. Right, did we get any? No? Alright, so they're obviously already been burnt, so you can't do it again, I'd say, until those flames disappear. That's alright, we'll just hop over to these ones. And there we go.
Don't have a target.
And nice and easy. Look at that, 10 out of 10. We are done. Seeing as we're here, let's just hop back in and actually hand that in, because you never know, we might get ourselves a follow-up. Run past the old Christmas tree. Christmas is everywhere.
What's on your mind?
Working the bugs out. How goes the fight, Seraphis? Well, I think we did alright, if you ask me. That ought to take care of our bug problem. There you go, for a while anyway. They'll be hard-pressed to tunnel their way out of that. And look at that, just as well, we did come in and hand in, because we've got ourselves a follow-up. Firestone Point. Can you do me a huge favour, Seraphis? My sister-in-law's uncle is in the Earthen Ring, and he's here in the Barrens studying the impact of the cataclysm down at Firestone Point. He says their camp is surrounded by Quillboar, and I worry that they might get overrun. Can you check on Dawn Red Earth for me? I'd hate anything to happen to him, what with the close family bond and all. Alright, so that looks like it's going to sort of drive us to another area down at Firestone Point. Let's actually have a look on our map and see where that is. And yeah, you can see that that one is taking us right to the bottom of the Southern Barrens. And of course, that's right before the 1,000 Needles down here. If we zoom right out, you can see that it'll take us right to the edge. And of course, don't forget, folks, you can see by that map that the 1,000 Needles has changed somewhat probably since the last time you were here, if you haven't been here since the Cataclysm. So there you go. Alright, let's bring up this map. And according to the proximity, we've got this one next, which is Desolation Raiders slain. And of course, we also have to get that flag. So that's going to be very interesting. I'm not sure if it's this flag. Actually, this is probably the flag that's being used for the Horde equivalent of this quest, I'd imagine. I'm thinking, not 100% certain, but you can see that this Battlescar is indeed a very big scar, and you can't exactly get across it either. Oh, but there is some ore. So you can see you have to basically go down here where there's a gap and get back up, and it's forcing you along there. But let's hop down here. First things first, of course, we want our monies. We want to mine ourselves some iron, as always. And not forgetting, you also get XP for that as well. Can we get up here? Yes, we can. And look at that, we actually come right into the Desolation Raider territory. That's exactly what we want. And they're level 34 as well, so they're going to give us a little bit of XP. That's okay. Now, let's not forget to conjure our refreshment. We're a mage. Do ourselves some cooking, and you can see that gives us the conjured mana cookie down there, which not only increases our health, restores health, but also our mana. So it's a great sort of overall recharge, if you like. Make sure that you do make that. Alright, opening up with the good old Frostbolt as always, followed up with a Fireball and then a Scorch. And of course that means that it's a lot slower. And look at that, that really took it out of him there. 2 out of 10. Nice and easy. Alright, let's mount up because I can't see any Desolation Raiders around. So I imagine that they're going to be further up. Yep, Desolation Hold is closer to the sort of southwest. And good old arcane missiles doing their thing. And not forgetting, of course, we also have this, the Mage Ward, which absorbs a moderate amount of fire, frost, or arcane damage. And that's always good for fighting against casters. Ooh, this could be a bit nasty. Let's hope nobody aggro's on us. Alright, not too bad. These guys, we're taking them down pretty easily. 4 out of 10. Now, one thing I've noticed, by the way, we did have a bit of a content patch. Patch 4.3, and of course if you've been watching any of my other videos, you'll know all about the transmogrification and a whole bunch of other changes that came into WoW. One of the things that did change, if you're observant, is down here we've got this dark flight ability. The icon has actually changed, just in case you're wondering what that is. And of course that's the one that activates our true form, increasing our current movement speed by an additional 40%, and that's for 10 seconds. That's our basically get out of jail card free. That's the one that lets us increase our run speed very quickly to get away from something, and that's just that icon that has changed. Nothing major. Alright, so 6 out of 10 of those done. Let's see if we can find ourselves some more. There we go, as we come right into Desolation Hold. Alright, 7 out of 10. And this is classic Baron stuff here, isn't it? We've got the Landquaker Kodo and these Thunderhawk Cloud Scrapers. Let's actually grab one of those so you can see it up close, and hopefully we'll be able to skin it as well. And a good sound of our arcane missiles proccing there. And they're down. Here we go, Thunderhawk Cloud Scraper, classic looking mob out of the Barrens area in WoW. And some skinning, good on us. Now, by the way, let's have a look at our map, because I just want to make sure that there are no dig sites around here. And of course, you guys know all about that. You can see we've got some up there in Darkshore. We've got one over here in Desolus, but there doesn't look to be any here. Some in Azshara, but none here in the Southern Barrens. And you know what I'm talking about here. Here we go, the archaeology, which I do want to level up. But again, don't stress too much if you're not leveling it up when you're quite low levels, because it is hard. You do need to get around the world really easily. And of course, that's a lot easier when you've got yourself a flying mount, which we don't have just yet, of course. Now let's see if we can grab this with our arcane missiles before they run out. And yep, good stuff. Nine out of 10. And where is the banner, by the way? That's something we've got to keep an eye out for. Is it marked on the map? Not yet. Let's get rid of the raiders, and or maybe that's the banner, because it looks like a banner. Not sure. We're definitely in the Battlescar now. They just may be normal banners that are always there. Trying to find ourselves a Desolation Grunt, because of course once we've cleared that off our... There we go. No, that's a raider. Oh, no, raider, that's what we want. Once we've cleared that off our tracker, hopefully the map will actually show us the way to the Battlescar flag, which is pretty cool. There we go. Alright, so where is this flag? Looks like it's straight ahead over there somewhere. Battlescar flag scouted. Oh, it's that. Look at that right in the middle there. The Battlescar flagpole. Wow, that is a major landmark item there. And of course, what we're going to do is shame these guys. And at the moment it's set to Horde. We're going to go ahead and set that to Alliance. Really annoy them. And of course we're going to have to fight our way there, no doubt. It's okay, it's all good XP. And again, right in the thick of things here, you can see battle-scarred landscape, that's absolutely for sure. Oh, and we've got ourselves some siege engine scraps. And you know that we have to pick those up as well. And there's another one down there. But let's grab this major Battlescar flagpole first. There we go. The Alliance now dominates the Battlescar, and you can see we've got ourselves a little buff. And look at that, our little guards, our Triumph Vanguards are actually racing out to attack. So that is fantastic. Let's lock him down. And our buff here is that the Alliance controls the Battlescar, and you fight with a slightly increased attack and spell power. So that's just a nice little buff to tip us over the edge there. Very handy indeed. So it's worthwhile capturing that flag if you're around here. Now, and imagine, Not sure, but if it works like most PvP areas, and of course we aren't being flagged as PvP because they're just introducing the concept, I'd say, at this stage. But if it was not on the quest, and there we go, you can see it's Alliance, I'd imagine that we'd still actually be able to get that buff. We'll have to come back here and actually test that theory at some point, because that's generally how those sort of flags work in terms of zone-wide buffs, and it's very handy. Alright, so 4 out of 8 for the siege engine scraps. Let's see if we can lock this guy down. There we go, got him. That's right, helping out our fellow Triumph Vanguards there. Another Battle Siege engine scrap. Oh, this game's epic, isn't it? I just love World of Warcraft so very, very much. Seriously, even after all these years, 7 years, it's still fresh. They're still changing it, and I still love it. Alright, so let's mount ourselves up. We are all done. 8 out of 8. We now simply have to head our way back, and not before we get ourselves some more iron. Of course, that's money for jam there. Money in the auction house. You'd be a silly Billy if you weren't getting it. And I love my tiger as well. There we go, there's an exit up the top. And listen to that fantastic music. It's another thing I love about WoW is the amazing soundtrack. If you've never listened to it, I highly recommend it. The talented team on the composer side of things at Blizzard are just amazing. Epic themes, right up there in my opinion with people like Jeremy Soule, i.e. Guild Wars and Oblivion. These guys really know how to do their stuff here in WoW as well. Alright, so here we go, Mizzy Pistonhammer, pick apart. What have you got for me? We've got 8 siege engine scraps, thank you very much. Oh look, a mostly complete exhaust manifold, a reciprocating junction box, and a working counterweight slip differential. Oh my god. Okay, you sure know your junk, Seraphis. That's right, we do. Powder play, our shipments of saltpeter from Dustwallow have been held up, which means we can't manufacture our own gunpowder here. But I can retrofit our armaments to use Goblin Blast-O-Powder. It's unstable, dangerous, toxic to the skin, and harmful if swallowed, but I think I can make it work. Oh god, that doesn't sound good. Get me a keg of the stuff by attacking one of those Goblin Sapper Specialists who've been storming our walls. Oh, so that's what we need to do with those guys. Alright, I knew they'd come in handy. Defeat a Sapper Specialist near the Battlescar and acquire a Keg of Blast-O-Powder. Well, I think we can do that, no problem. By the way, let's pop down here to our engineering supplier, who also happens, of course, to be a repairer. And we'll use our good old Sellomatic here to sell off our junk. And we're going to keep the ore without a doubt and keep our medium leather. We'll get rid of the sweet nectar. We don't need that because we can conjure our own stuff. We'll definitely keep the heavy stone that sells on the AH, as does the silk cloth, because of course we can not only make heavy silk bandages but sell that on the AH, which is very cool. Be seeing you. Alright, here we go. Commander Roberts handing in our Claim the Battlescar. And of course, this is from killing those grunts and also getting our flag back. Incredible work, Seraphis. My men report a breakthrough. Their stronghold won't survive much longer.
Bless you.
Bless you. And we've got ourselves a 350 Stormwind rep there, which is very cool. And you can see we're already in Revered, which is great. And what do we got? We've got 1 Darnassus Exalted, and of course that's how we got ourselves the Dagger, if you're wondering how. If you can't remember that far back. Okay, he's got ourselves another one here, reporting off to Twin Braid. The Alliance owes a debt to the dwarves of Baal Modin, who build some of our earliest fortifications in the Barrens. Now, you'll remember where Baal Modin is if you've done questing down here in the Barrens. Their commander, General Twinbraid, is a real stalwart. One of our best. He's on patrol south of here, keeping the Horde on our toes, or on their toes rather. I definitely want to keep him appraised of the situation here, so we can coordinate our next move. Could you deliver this frontline report to him in the field? So there you go, we've got to deliver the frontline report to General Twinbraid, who is on patrol in the Southern Barrens. Now, if we have a look at that, you'll see that's also, I'd say, going to take us further south. There we go. So I think what we should do now quickly, got a few minutes left, is this powder play and see if we can grab some of the Blast-O-Powder from one of these sappers that are going to roll on in. Hopefully they're going to run in. And it looks like they're on a bit of a timer. but we saw a few of them running over. There's one there. Let's see if we can freeze these guys. Aha! There we go. Nice stuff. There we go. Let's have ourselves some of our conjured mana cookie, just to restore our health and mana. There we go. Okay, we need to get ourselves a Keg of Blast-O-Powder, and we've got it. Plus some cash. Always good to get that. Nice and easy peasy. Now, where was she? Oh, that's right, over here by the siege engine. Mizzy Pistonhammer. Powder play. Do you have the Keg of Blast-O-Powder? When you get one, don't shake it. Great. Set the keg down right here. I'll measure out some charges once I've donned my full body protective gear. What about our protective gear? That's what I say. Alright, batteries not yet included. Okay, using the spare parts you've found for me, I've got a framework roughed out for my versatile new assault vehicle. That sounds interesting. All I need now is a compact power supply. I've noticed that the indigenous wildlife here packs quite a punch. And folks, by the way, you'll remember that when we took down that little bird over the other side there, how it was energy. It was basically doing lightning attacks. And of course, that's the same with a lot of the storm snouts here, the kodos, things like that. They're actually lightning attacks. So you can see here, electrostatically speaking, can you hunt down the thunderheads near the base here and get me an intact electro gizzard? Good lord, it might take a few kills to find a usable gland. So acquire a humming electro gizzard from a thunderhead in the Southern Barrens, and we'll be able to choose from one of these rewards here. And you can see, unfortunately, the rewards aren't quite as good as what we've got, and that's because we've got nice blue items there, which we've got from our dungeon runs, but that's okay, we'll be able to sell it off. Alright, so I think that is pretty much us. If we have a look around, do we have any other quests? No, we've just got the batteries not included, so we'll definitely do that. And then we've got ourselves the ones that take us down south. So I think that's a good time for us to bail out at this point. And of course, I certainly hope you enjoyed that episode. We've got lots to look forward to, the southern quests there, and grabbing this humming electro gizzard. And I think we're going to get pushed pretty much to the south of the Barrens, around where Razorfen Crawl is. And then I'd imagine we're going to get pushed down into something like Thousand Needles, or even possibly Dust Wallow Marsh, or over to Feralus maybe. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, all that and more in a future episode. On behalf of myself, Sambo, and of course Seraphis, our level 40 Worgen Mage, it's us saying take care. Certainly hope you're having a great day wherever in the world you are. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. We'll see you then, and bye bye.